From the cotton gin place, we moved to a house on East Central Avenue, where my baby brother Henry Melvin Richardson was born. We had a garden in the backyard where I cut my hand trying to cut up roots with Daddy's pocket knife. It was at this place Sister Shelby and I made a float for the town's local parade from a little red wagon of ours and dressed up the house cat as a passenger. From this place we moved again, up the road about 5 houses down. The only problem being, the cat kept jumping off our float during the middle of the parade. Mel was the last child born to Jake and Jimmy. In 1998, I revisited the residence of the home we lived in at 703 Central Avenue in Moultrie. There was an elderly convalescent woman, Mrs. Rhodes, who moved in shortly after we vacated the house in the 1950s. Her grandson took me on a tour inside and outside the place. Memories of the childhood I spent there with all my family together was so sweet. Mama cooked on a wood-burning stove, and we took our bath in a wash tub on the back porch. Mama always had chickens, it seems, in those days. We bought, mail order, raised and used the birds for food, although some became pets and were hard to eat. Juanita lived a few blocks away, and she had her first daughter named Kathy. We were the baby brothers to 4 older sisters. Joanne took Mel under her wing and helped him with his education. Melvin was last in a succession of my mother's 11 pregnancies and a half a dozen miscarriages. He was another beautiful baby boy. I remember the wicker laundry basket that served as his bassinet more than I do him being a baby. We used it for a laundry basket many years afterwards. Mel was a blonde like Joanne. We all loved posing for pictures. Mel and Wandale seems distracted. It's hard capturing the right expression in photography sometimes. In the background is our chinaberry tree we played in. Daddy and his sons. My sisters Joanne and Shelby and their girlfriends. The girl second from the right, named Shirley, got her toe cut off in a bicycle chain. Joanne dressed up for Sunday school. Wandale Jr. and niece Kathy playing in the backyard with the old wash tubs that Mama washed her clothes in. These are the neighborhood kids. Mama spent a lot of time extracting china berries from little nostrils we stuck in our nose from a backyard chinaberry tree. Sister and Laddie were on their way to a large family that, like all those who came before them. Those summer days were spent shirtless and most of the time shoeless. Daddy was working about a half a mile up the road beside the house at Jenkins Sawmill. Mama was at home. Melvin was the baby. My brother Wandale was a sensitive child. We called Wandale, or Wandle, Wandale. His full name was Claude Wandale Richardson. We never learned where the parents got his middle name, Wandale, from. I later learned it was a surname. Mel sits center and I am reluctantly, it seems, on the end. Betty would be graduating from Moultrie High, home of the Moultrie Packers football team, soon. She worked after school at Belkesson Department Store. She was our big sister after Juanita left home a few years earlier. Juanita and her family visited us a lot. Kathy was Juanita and Laddie's first baby girl. My mother's mother, Grandma Jency, visited us from Florida one summer. I don't know why Grandpa was not with her. I still remember the big sequin butterfly on her dress. She was worn out by life and raising 11 children. Junior, my nephew, and I were closer than my brothers in that childhood world. Mama loved hats. I remember her by her hats. Juanita continued to brighten our monochrome world, tinting the pastels into it. Easter was a time to look like the flowers. Playing cowboys occupied most of those sweltering summer days. Joanne had her girlfriends. Aunt Doris and Estelle Gunn down in Florida, Mama's sisters, wrote their letters, occasionally sending us a picture. Our Aunt Maybelle, Daddy's sister, lived a day's drive away. Unknown nieces and nephews, little acorns were sprouting all around us. Sister left behind pictures with her laughing eyes. my cousin Pearline, Aunt Tavy's daughter. Mama's oldest sister, Tavy, lived in Winter Haven, Florida, with their 3 children. One of them was named MacArthur. MacArthur had an accident working in an orange grove, falling off out of an orange tree where they were picking oranges. And so he was a paraplegic that laid in a bed on wheels, and at night they would roll the bed out on the back porch, and MacArthur had a telescope and he loved looking at the stars. He didn't live to be too old. He passed on, but he sure enjoyed looking up at the heavens. Sister Betty was growing on up. She graduated from Moultrie High. One day we all got into somebody's car and went out in the country and took pictures. It was a windy winter day. We all wanted to make some memories. I'm glad we did. I am thankful that we did. Sister Kathy was growing by leaps and bounds. The wind was blowing. Junior and I loved to clown around. It was a bitter cold day. Someone came up with this idea: salute. I can't remember seeing too many of these shirtless, professionally made photographs during this time. But this was my hometown of Moultrie, Georgia, shortly after World War II, and the world I came into.